Now that things you've been able to slow things down a little bit, I know that day it's really fast, but now that things have slowed down, are you able to share with us sort of some of the things that stick with you from that day?
I guess one of the thoughts that went through my head was, how can one city have this happen twice? This is the second one for Oak Creek. We had the Comfort Suites incident with the shooter there, and now a second one for one city. And it's mind-boggling to me. After I was sitting thinking about this, how can one city have two of them? I fired 6 rounds.
This will be the last one. Then we're gonna end it. And if anyone needs clarification afterwards, they'll stick around for that. But the Comfort Suite shooting happened in 2004. We had an individual go into the Comfort Suites and ended up killing 2 people, shooting 3 others, and then took a hostage. And our team, which Sam was part of, went in and got the individual out. He's now serving 2 life terms. His name was Gregory Phillips.
Bottom line, Chief, why is it important for the public to see this video?
It's important for a couple of reasons. First of all, you look at what the officers did, their response. As far as I'm concerned, it's textbook on what happened and how they responded, the radio traffic, what they did, how they positioned themselves, and it shows both officers, Lieutenant Murphy first, arriving on scene when he did, saving lives, I believe, because of when he got there, engaging the individual like we're trained to do in an active shooter, and then when Officer Lenda arrives on scene, you see the steps he takes. One thing he didn't mention to you, there's a radio transmission that Lieutenant Murphy on his radio says, I have victims, I need an ambulance, and I don't see the shooter. Within seconds of that is when Officer Lenda pulls up that drive. When he pulls up that drive, he sees that individual at a distance. And again, these are the things that go into the training and making sure, and this is where Sam was spot on with all his decisions. He sees an individual, and just seconds before he had gotten a transmission that, I'm here, I don't see a shooter. Well, he can't see Lieutenant Murphy, but he sees an individual. Instead of driving up to say, hey, did you see anything? He realizes this isn't right. His decision, again, is spot on. He backs up, gets some distance to reevaluate the situation, and then makes a decision from seeing the subject again that he's got the gun, he's the one we're looking for. So it shows you the heroic act of the officers and also the police work that they did and how it all worked well, their training, everything went into place. And it took care of the situation very quickly and ended it. It hit the headrest.
Chief, one question, just to clarify. When this information initially came out, it sounded as if, and maybe this is just me, contrary somewhat to active shooting training that I've understood, which is that you don't give aid to a victim until you acquire and eliminate the target. This is very clearly different than that. He did not stop, just so I'm clear on what I'm seeing, he did not stop to give aid and was ambushed in the process of giving aid. He sees the victim engage the target right away, which is
okay.
Something so different.
It is. It's a subtle difference, but what you're seeing is when Lieutenant Murphy shows up on scene, he goes to the aid of the victims. There is no shooting going on. This is not an active shooter at that point. He is searching. You see him turning, almost pivoting and looking to see what it is. His radio transmission is, I don't see the shooter. So we don't have an active shooter. Active shooter is just that. When you hear sounds of shots, you go to them. That's what we're trained to do. There were no shots. The individual came out of the temple in the video, and then he approached him as if he would someone who wasn't actively shooting, but he was investigating more and calling that person out verbally. The shots then started at that point. So when he went around the car and dove and he was hit, at that point, when he came around the car, he was ambushed that point when he went. So he did go to the victims first. So you don't want to blur that line of active shooter, leave the, you don't tend to, there was no active shooter when he arrived. There was no shooting going on at that particular point. Does that clarify that for you? All right, that's all we'll take right now. Appreciate your time. Like I said, Officer Lenda is not available for one-on-one, but if you need any clarification, I'll stick around for you. Thank you very much.